Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another video. It is Sunday the 19th, about 8:20 a.m. And this is probably going to be the last video I make for this off season. So today I've got one thing on my agenda, and that's a run. I'm going to try to do it within the next half hour. We'll go for a quick 60 to 90 minute run, trying to get 90. And then I'll talk about why it's the last video of the off season, what my plans are going forward, and what's changed in the past couple weeks, and what will change in the future. But yeah, let's go. So we just finished our run. Obviously, I'll put it up on the screen. 8.34 miles in 1 hour, 30 minutes, 45 seconds. Average pace, 10:53 per mile. Now, this was actually a really good run because my last couple miles sped up, which was unexpected. I kept most of them around 11 minutes. But the significance of this run is, when I did the fast, I was told that a good gauge to see how close to being fat adapted you are is whether or not you can run 90 minutes plus feeling good, completely fasted. I just ran 90 minutes plus feeling good. I think I hit like right at 90 minutes. So I just ran 90 minutes feeling good, could have kept going, and I sped up the last couple miles. Am I fat adapted? Probably not all the way, but I'm getting close, which is always a good sign. So now I'm going to go inside and just shower, clean up. And we'll talk about the changes that have happened and changes that are going to happen. All right, so homemade brown sugar shaken espresso. It's cheaper than Starbucks. Anyway, so what has changed and what's going to change? Guys, you're killing me, man. Get out of the shot. So what has changed? Well, since the fast, which was about a little over 3 weeks ago, my weight has basically maintained itself, okay? Which kind of pisses me off, but it kind of doesn't. I understand it's because, you know, you're not supposed to go over 150 grams of carbs. The target for non-intense days is about 100 grams, 50 to 100 grams of carbs per day. For intense days, 100 to 150. The problem is I've been doing 4 days a week intense days, so I've been having a lot of carbs pre and post workout. And, you know, obviously when you store carbs, you store water and so on. So as the glycogen fills the muscles, it's going to store water as well. So that's kind of sucky. But today I didn't have a ton of carbs. I did do a nice run, 90 minutes, completely fasted, burned 1,200 calories, but depleted glycogen completely. So we'll see tomorrow where we're at. I'm not really too worried about it because no matter where I end up on November 16th, which is the day before marathon training, I will be lighter than every race I've done except for 2. So I'm not even mad about that. I'm in a really good position to start training as opposed to where I have been in the past. Right, so that's one thing. The second thing is more of a lifestyle at-home change. And the change is that as of yesterday, Saturday, October 18th, my oldest daughter is no longer a resident in this house. She has officially moved up to her new apartment just outside of Austin with her boyfriend. I'm not going to tell the location on anybody, you know, knowing all that. But yeah, she's just outside of Austin now with her boyfriend. And she starts her new job Monday morning on the 20th. And she's got 5 weeks of training before she goes into her assistant management position at whichever store they tell her she's going to be assistant manager. So yeah, we are one child away from being empty nesters, which is cool, exciting, but not really at the same time. Like, it's kind of like one of those like bittersweet moments, you know. We've done our job as parents, raising our child to be on her own. Now she's on her own, and it's like, oh, damn. She's actually out of here. Like, we cleaned up her room yesterday. We vacuumed and cleaned. You know, it's 3/4 of the way empty. It's like, she's not going to be here anymore. So, but she's only 2 hours away. She'll be home for holidays. You know, we got holidays, we got vacation, we got coming up. So she'll be home over the next 5 months, more times than not. And if not, we can go up there. So that's what has changed. Nothing as far as work goes, whatever. What will be changing? November 17th, we go into marathon training. And I've decided to call that series the Speed Project. I have 4 races in the first half of the year. Now, I know I've done this video before where I showed you what's next. And the first 3 races have not changed. The Austin Half Marathon in February, the Rock and Roll Nashville Marathon in April, the Captex Tri in May, Memorial Day. Those 3 are the same. The 70.3 was initially going to be Waco in October, leading into November, Ironman Florida. That has changed. They made an announcement somewhere back in August, and as soon as I saw the announcement, I showed it to my wife. Didn't say anything, I just showed her. I said, look what they just announced. And my wife said her exact words, fucking do it. Let's go. So we've changed Waco to an earlier race. So June 14th, we're going back to Pennsylvania for 70.3 Pennsylvania at Happy Valley. So we're going back to Penn State to do that race again. And that's going to be the end of the first half of my year. The Speed Project is going to go from November 17th to that date, that race day. And then I have obviously the post-race analysis. I'm excited for that, not because it's going back to Penn State. I mean, yes, that's one reason, but two, because I know the course. I know where I went wrong in the last race and things I can do better for this upcoming race. So training should be a lot better for this next race. Now, the speed project, I'll give you a little bit of insight on this. I'm gonna put out a video, like a teaser trailer for it, just to try to drum up some hype on social for it. But the speed project is gonna be 4 races, 4 different distances, with a goal of 4 PRs. And that's it. Like that's the goal for the speed project. And then July, we'll go into another episode or series for chasing Kona, another season, because I'm going to go for Ironman Florida, where again I'm chasing a PR, but obviously I will hopefully be in world's better shape going for Florida. And if I'm trained for Florida like I was for St. George, I should destroy that race. That race should be easy for me. I might actually finish before sundown on that race. That's how it should be. So, but that's getting way far ahead of ourselves. So the change in the future is Waco is now 70.3 Pennsylvania at Happy Valley. Also, because of that race, we were going to go on a cruise first week of June. We had to move the cruise to mid-July. And then we changed cruise destinations anyway. So we completely different cruise. We were going to go to Alaska. We're going somewhere different now. That's going to be my off season, or my break between 70.3 and Ironman training. My birthday, celebrating my 25th anniversary with my wife. That will be the cruise, and then we come back from the cruise right into Ironman training. And I'm super stoked about it. I have a couple athletes already lined up to do Ironman Florida with me, which is super exciting because A, I want to coach athletes to their best races ever, obviously. B, I want to have the best race ever, obviously. And C, it's always more fun to do it with a group of people. Not that you want to, I'm not going to trash talk these guys, but it's always fun to know that, hey, I've got a group of people that we're going to be with from check-in through check-out. So that's exciting. The other thing I'm working on, and this is kind of Tri Possibility specific. So we all use Training Peaks, and this is the last thing I'll say about this video. We all use Training Peaks as our training platform. And Training Peaks and Strava and Garmin, and even there's other apps out there, what they primarily do is they look at your data and they show you what you've done. That's it. They show you what you've done. They don't show you trends. They leave it up to the coaches to try to identify trends. They don't show you projections. They leave it to the coaches to try to figure out and do the analysis on that. They don't look at, and then there's other apps that you can come in with Training Peaks and connect with that will look at your fuel. How are you fueling? And they try to tell you what to eat and how to eat it and what to do on race day and such. I don't want to buy multiple apps. I'm good with one app. So what I'm building is I'm building a internal dashboard that's going to connect to, I can't connect to Training Peaks. They're not giving out any more APIs. But I'm connecting my Garmin data to this app. I'm building a nutritional piece to it, but we're also going to have an AI data model that's going to help us identify trend analysis and do trend analysis on our athletes' data. Are they recovering well? Are they eating enough? Are they did they eat enough post-workout, pre-workout, etc.? And then develop a nutrition plan for that specific athlete. So maybe we all hear these ranges. Oh, you should have 60 to 90 grams of carbs. Well, what if you don't need 60 to 90 grams of carbs? What if you need more than that? What if you need less than that? How you get your carbs, etc. What if you need more stuff leading? What's your carb load look like, right? People say, oh, it should be 8 to 10 grams per kilogram of body weight. Well, what if you need less? What if you can need a little bit more? That's what this dashboard is going to do. It's going to help us analyze these things in a different way that the human eye can't figure out, that the human analysis can't comprehend. I'm not done with it yet. I'm hoping to test it during the first half of the training, the speed project. That's going to be my test bed for it. But I'm excited. I'm building this platform. It's going to be for all of our Tri-Posse athletes. So if you're not a Tri-Posse athlete and you want to be, now's the time to reach out, especially for the 2026 season. We are looking for more athletes, but we are going to if you're one of the athletes that I coach, you can be a test bunny or guinea pig with this platform. It's not going to change your workouts. It's just going to see if we can identify with the AI additional data trends that can help us. Worst case scenario, we go back, we use the fueling strategy that you have used, and you're still going to get the same workouts. We'll still use Training Peaks. This will be a free one that we will look at. We're not going to charge you for this one yet. So you still use Training Peaks, you still use all your other whatever. But I want to see if this is going to give us the insight that we hope it gives the insight to, which could be huge. So that's the other thing I'm working on. That's all I'm going to talk about that because it's not done, and the Tri-Posse athletes haven't even heard about this yet. So that's what's going forward. So this is probably going to be the last video of the off season. I've got a couple weeks left. I've got a trip to Nashville, and I'm pretty sure you don't want to see another off season trip to Nashville because I was just there, back in August. So I'm not going to record the trip to Nashville, and then I'll have the trailer, and then we start training. And I'm pretty stoked about that. So I'm really excited to get back to Ironman training. Really excited to get back to endurance training. I'm going to change up my strength plan during training, but yeah, I'm excited to get back to what I like doing. I never thought I'd enjoy endurance running like this, but I do. Yeah, that's that. So again, if you've enjoyed the off season, great. Get ready for the speed project, which is going to be coming out probably. First episode will drop probably the 24th, so you'll be a week behind of where I'm actually at, but that's okay. Anyway, I'm going to go. I'm going to do some laundry, help clean up. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, but that's that. So I will see you in the next episode the first episode of the Speed Project. Like, subscribe.